All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the fourth episode of the Round 11 podcast, aka the Budget Podcast. Back this week with the usuals, your host, Tandem or Tanner, and I'm joined by my co-host,
D. Leafman.
And we're excited to jump into the CDL Florida pre-show. This week we have some spicy information, some match predictions, and Defuse will be coming back for the second time. And I think we're going to jump into this week's spiciest information first. We're going to talk about the Chicago Huntsmen dropping Pierce Gunless Hillman. And I believe Colby has some first thoughts for us on the matter.
All right, my first thoughts on this was when I first saw it, I just thought General was getting some play time, just like they did with Sensor on New York, just let him get some play time. But a clip comes out, and Gunless says they didn't even text him that he actually was benched. And if that's the case,
shame.
Yeah, it's, normal with T2P, you know what I'm saying? But if that is the case, I'm literally at a loss of words. You're second on the CDL points, right? You have 3 fourth placings. That's the reason why they're dropped. Three fourth places back to back. But look how talented your roster is. You could have easily worked that out. You could have worked that out, come back to land, and been disgusting like you were. It's their fan base, to be honest. Their fan base expects them to win every event. And with General, I really don't even know if they could get a win. I can see maybe a second place, but I don't even know if they can get a win. And the thing about Gunless was so sad to me is he's an amazing player, but he was literally a scapegoat for Formal, Scump, and RCD's not playing well. And it's just sad.
I think you mostly nailed it with the fan base thing, because for me, it's a matter of the fan base starts nipping at their heels, they get a little antsy, all few 100,000, 250,000 fans that Hex has, they start nipping at the heels of the team, and the team freaks out. So we got to please them real quick. We got to make a change, just a temporary fix, so that the fans are happy with something. It's not like they were getting destroyed. No, they weren't winning, but they were getting third, fourth, like 2 or 3 times in a row. And for most teams, that's not bad.
That's amazing for like 3/4 of the league.
You're in the top quarter of the league, making third, fourth.
Exactly, and the thing is too, they were fixable mistakes. Like there was no need to drop anyone. Now I'm not in their comms. I'm not in their team speak. Unless Gunless is just sitting there, cussing everyone out, charging the vibes every day, which is a possibility. But Gunless just wants to get that team better. He wants to work as a team. He wants to feel that they can all work as a team and they all want to win. And I know that's hard sometimes with Scump streaming, acting like a child, but
Gunless was probably, he wanted to win on that team more than anybody else. He was probably their best chance at winning. They may not win again without Gunless.
I just don't see a world where they can compete with top teams, slay with FaZe, slay with Dallas.
I think they can.
I just don't.
I don't think.
There's no way.
I don't think the slaying was really. They still have superstars. It's not like they don't have people who can slay now. They added General.
Do they though?
They do.
They
just. But that's not their problem, and it never was their problem.
If Scump and Formal and Alec continue to play how they're playing, is Gunless the problem?
No, I don't think Gunless was the problem, but I also don't think slaying or having superstars was the problem either. That's why I don't think dropping Gunless is going to solve their problem. Their problem was teamwork. But, that being said, General may help their teamwork. If anybody was going to help their teamwork, I think General, the thing they need is someone to help them orchestrate as a team on the map, execute team plays, do some dirty work, get their time, and allow the other ones to shine like they did on previous teams. And I think General can help them do that, and he's not going to get destroyed in the process. I think he can be good. I don't think General is going to be the reason they win or lose. I think he's going to help them. But gunless wasn't the problem, in my opinion. That's what I'll say.
I agree, but then again, I mean, that would have to go to the optic situation with Sheen. You have a Maniar coming in as a sub spot.
Hold on. We'll go to optic after gunless.
All right.
Or we can.
Well, I mean, first off, it's not even his role.
I just don't think. I'll leave it at this. Dropping, not saying you should or shouldn't have dropped gunless, because they know the team better than me. But he wasn't the problem. So if they don't put in a player who's going to help fix the problem, then they're still going to be bad. Or they're still going to be having issues. I won't say bad, because like we said, they were not bad, but they're still going to have issues.
As a Huntsman fan, of course, for some reason, right, you expect to win every event. But I don't know. I mean, they literally got peer pressured, like you said, to make that move. It's just
literally, the fans got a little riled up, and they got scared, and just made a move just for the hell of it. Just made a move literally just to say they have something in the works. I don't think General's bad. I think he'll help them in some areas, but he's not going to push them he's not going to push them to strive to win as much as gunless. He's probably not going to slay as much as gunless, but he could be better in other areas. So I don't know.
Like I said, it could be what I said earlier. It could be like a Mac Melts where he comes in, the vibes reset. He's doing what he's doing. He's allowing the other players to shine while doing the dirty work.
Yeah, which is what they needed.
Maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't. But I mean, just
one last thing on the gunless thing before we move to Cheat. Gunless tweeted out. We didn't know if Gunless was just taking the day off or what. Gunless tweeted out basically that he's benched, and he didn't get told that he was being benched. Not even text message. He just left in the blue, benched. Then General tweeted out, had a great day of scrims, haven't scrimmed with a team since champs. Maybe I'll be starting again soon. From General's tweet, I would have thought Gunless was going back in the next scrim they had. But by Gunless's tweet, I would have thought he was never playing a starting roster ever again. So this tells me that Pristini is on the way. That tells me that Pristini is coming. I don't think General's staying, but I don't think Pierce is staying in the sub spot. I think he'll have an offer. He'll be on a starting team again for champs.
There's just too many question marks.
Do you have any guess at where Gunless is going to land? Do you think?
I mean, he could still be on the damn Huntsman for all we know.
You mean on the starting roster?
Yeah, I mean, if because I saw the General tweet, he's tweeting out like he's not playing.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think Gunless is a good enough person that if they would have been like, "Yo, Pierce, we think it's going bad. We're going to try General this week," and they just told him. It's like, we're sitting you out this week, we just want to see if we're better. I think he could have taken it, and if they're like, oh, we weren't better, we want you back on the roster, I think he'd have been man enough to be like, all right, it didn't work, I'm coming back on the roster. But since they didn't tell him, didn't he send him a text message? The way that it unfolded, I don't think Pierce wants to play with him anymore. I wouldn't. Can't even text me that you're not, like, we're going to try somebody else out, man. Like, if you would have said it with a little bit of balls, like a small smidgen of cock, just a little bit, just like, we're going to try General out.
Is Alec played tens with Gunless last night? I wish I could have watched it, bro.
We know Alec played the card like, bro, it wasn't even my decision, bro. We're still best friends. Like, I swear. It wasn't even on. Which it probably wasn't. I bet Alec probably didn't have much say in the decision anyways.
I mean, we know whose decision it was. It's just the card.
But we'll find out. We'll find out who had say in the decision if Pristini shows up. If Pristini shows up, RC's had more to do with the decision than we think. But that's all we know for right now. If we get further, any further information, we'll touch on it next week. But we will talk a little bit about the Chino Cap situation. Probably not as long as the gun situation, but let's get into that a little bit. Because if you don't know, Optic has made a roster change, and they just dropped JCap for Chino, who was on their bench.
Okay, I'll get into it. Optic sucks. They're terrible. Beginning of the year, that 5 roster, excited, man. Maybe top 3 roster on paper.
I thought they were the best roster. I personally thought they were number 1 on paper.
Season starts, they can't even get a win. LA comes around, they make it out of polls, get destroyed. and then they just get 0-2 bopped again. It's unacceptable. To me right now, they're the worst team in the league.
Yeah, they're number 12 right now for sure. Undisputed.
They're terrible.
I would have put LAG worse, and then LAG beat them last event. So Optics the worst team in the league.
That's not acceptable. JCap getting world starred. And
Dumpstered.
It's like they said on the I don't know if it was Hard Point. I think it was Hard Points. In the off season, it was Dashy Teach, Kenny Slasher. Those four. They needed a fifth. Who did they get? They got Cap. Cap was going to be the scapegoat all the way throughout. Now you could argue that TJ should have got dropped. Personally, at LA, I saw what TJ could do. He played a lot better. But I mean, now on online, he's just getting world stars.
It's relative because you expect a .85 out of Cap. You expect a .8-ish out of Cap because you know the veteran, the leadership, the communication you're going to get from it. Whatever, blah, 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 the whole shebang. But if in relation to the ceiling that they both have, Cap and TJ, to how they performed, you could argue TJ's played worse. Relative to how we know he can play and how they both been performing just about equally. When you go down to a .65 from a .85, it doesn't look as bad as going down to a .65 from a 1.1. In relation, in the relative sense of how they are as players, TJ's played worse. Played horribly.
Yeah, but I mean, to rival the point, like Maven said, next COD, would you rather play against TJ or play against JCap?
I mean, I wouldn't be dropping TJ off my roster. I'm saying he might should have got benched. I wouldn't drop TJ because I mean, any year TJ could just pop off and be the best player in the league, or one of them, because he is that talented. But he has been nothing short of awful this season. So I wouldn't say drop him. I would drop Cap. I wouldn't be paying him anymore if possible. But I wouldn't drop TJ. Benching is... Those are two different things if you don't know. Benching is moving to the sub spot. Dropping is getting rid of.
Yeah, and Optic is... You know, they're still trying to figure out roles, which, dude, it's not your role.
Yeah.
Like, y'all don't know how to play the game.
That video from Mud Dog, dude, faded statement of the week. Actually, I was going to say Atlanta FaZe was the faded statement because they can't play S&D and they're 5 S&D stars. So I was actually going to give them faded statement, but we can talk about that later. That video from Mud Dog was dumb. It was 48 seconds of Mud Dog saying, one, something we already know, nice or late. Two, you're figuring out roles. Hello? Just played 5 events and you're figuring out roles. So what? Keep in mind, we had 3 months before an event started, 3 months of downtime, then we started events and we played 5 events and you've been to what? 4 of them? Optic's been to 4 events? 3 events? Or 4 events and Minnesota? 4 events and Minnesota? Is that right? Or 3 events in Minnesota? They've been to at least 4 events.
It's 4.
I mean, what do you mean you're figuring out roles? And then the role that you can't decide between main and AR, you add another one to your roster. Nice, Optic, you're not getting better. I mean, Sheen actually may make them better in the slaying department. I don't know if they're going to win. I think gave them on dog.
I think Sheen would help them. Maybe keep saying this. Maybe like a vibe reset, doing the dirty work.
I think Sheen is a good teammate. Like, there's nothing. I'm not saying anything bad about Sheen. Sheen's a good player, but that doesn't mean he's going to make Optic better. Sheen's a good player. Sheen's probably a great teammate. He's a good guy, but I don't think he's going to make the team better. I watched Lando this morning talk about Pander and how Seattle has not been good, but their problems don't fall on Pander's shoulders. They have an outlying problem that has nothing to do with Pander. Same thing with Optic. If they still lose, Sheen may play bad, but Optic's problems don't fall on Sheen's shoulders. Optic has outlying problems that are horribly weighing their team down. And it's with the other 4 players more than Sheen.
Yeah, I mean, of course, those 4... I mean, for any of these roster changes to work that's being made, the main 4 have to step up. And that's why in New York, we saw what they could do. Those 4 players, they stepped up. They played really well. And Mac Melts just melted in. And they fit the role. They fit the play style.
Mac Melts did something that many players cannot do. He got picked up, and he did everything that team needed him to do. That guy is doing more on the map than half the pros have done all season. He's carrying their bomb, he has most captures, most time, and he gets most kills like every 3 games. He's doing everything. And I'm pretty sure he's just sitting there soaking up information, soaking up learning from these other guys. He's doing everything right. Everything that you want out of a player to pick up and just mesh into your team like that, he's doing everything right. If you want to get on the team, or if you want to work into a team, watch Mac Melds, because that guy is doing everything teamwork that you need to do.
He dropped a 40 bomb on the Huntsman's head, but maybe
Dropped 45 on the man.
Maybe that's what Sheen can do. Like, maybe Sheen can come in and do that. I don't know.
I think Sheen's going to help. He's going to do the dirty work Cap was doing with a better KD. But again, that's not going to solve their problem. Same thing with Huntsman. You're putting in something that'll help you, but it's not going to solve your problem. They have to learn to work as a team, how to maneuver in W. They don't know how to work Modern Warfare, and Slasher hates the game, and I just don't think they're going to get better. Like, imagine LeBron shows up one day to practice, and he's like, dude, I don't like basketball anymore. LeBron's probably not going to get any better from that point on. LeBron's going to be on a decline, a downhill slope for the rest of his career. If he just shows up one day and hates basketball, you can't just get better at something you don't like. I just don't think that happens. I think Slasher's just chalked for the year. He hates the game. He literally hates it.
Well, I guarantee you, bro, if they get 0-2 bots, we're going to see role change. Sheen, Maniar, Dasher, Slashy.
Yeah, probably. I
don't know when they're going to understand that it's not your roles.
I also don't understand. Let's say this, and then we'll move on to something else. I don't understand putting Dash in Maniar. I mean, I've seen other teams do it, and I can figure out why, but I can't figure it out for them. Slasher is a main AR. Slasher ran main AR for one event and had the 5th best KD or 4th best KD there. He was playing well with it, and I'm pretty sure Dashy's talented enough to use the best sub ever. It's not that hard. He's not getting time. He's not rotating. He's not being asked to bait for anybody. He just needs to get important kills on the map with an amazing weapon. That's not hard, dog. He's not being told to do anything complex.
I mean, and then again, we don't know. We're not under team speak, so I should tweet out MP5's best COD gun ever, blah, blah, blah. It could just be a Slasher just decision or a Dashy decision.
I think it's a Dashy being a rat, like, bait you all out and have 1.4. He's used to having a high KD in front of the best fan base in the world. Now he's on the most hated team in the world. His KD's going down. He's like, oh, I don't look good. I don't look like a superstar. Like, come on, dog. You're also not winning.
Just give up main, though. Like, I think it's a part of both of them.
I think they're both stubborn. And neither one of them want to give it up. And they're both, when they give it up and the other person doesn't drop 1.3, they're like, oh, dude, I should be running it, bro. Like, this is, I'm dropping 1.5. I'm getting all the kills. Okay, bro. They have obviously some inner workings of the team that are there's an issue. But Optic is worse off than Huntsman. They both made changes, and we'll see how it works out for both of them. Well, not the next event, because Huntsman will be there.
For Optic.
Yeah, for the next few events. Alright, we're going to hop into the second installment of the Defuse segment. If you don't know how Defuse works, it's a play on words for defusing the bomb, and in S&D, you have 45 seconds to defuse the bomb. So I'm going to ask Kobe a spicy question, and he has roughly 45 seconds, maybe a little more, roughly 45 seconds to give me his best answer, hot take that he can give me. So I have 3 pretty good questions. It's not really relative to so much the times, it's kind of just general for the season so far. So we're going to hop into it. The first question, starting 45 seconds, is the CDL is full of great players, starters and substitutes. But who is the worst player in the league on a starting roster? Go.
Well, the starting roster thing threw me off, dude. It's going to take me a second to think. If you said just...
Yeah, you can't scapegoat a sub. What kind of question is that?
Let me think. Give me 10 seconds to think.
Yeah, 45. So.
Oh, let's go. You ready? Spark. Spark's terrible.
I knew you were going to say that. That's what I would have said.
They were firing him up on hard points, and it's well deserved. I don't think he's dropped over a .8 in a
lower. I think .67 is his highest. KD for an event that I've seen. I don't know if I've seen.
Destroyed. He had at Atlanta. He won the Homestead as an AM on a good team too. Granted, so he gets picked up by LAG, a bunch of subs, new guys, and he's getting destroyed. This guy is not ready. He's not at the pro level. He's just not.
No.
And it's showing. He's getting.
I don't even know how Spark got picked up. They were okay. Spark was on the Atlanta-based academy team. If you don't know, and that team was playing well. They won an event and they placed like top 4 in the event before. And he was playing okay, but he was dropping like 0.9s against AMs. Sibilance was literally torching the AM bracket, the challengers division. He was actually frying them. And then all of a sudden, they pick up this guy who's dropping 0.9s, which I guess is alright. He was not like frying the AMs. And they put him in against Simp, and they expect him to do what? What did you want him to do? Pay him $65K a year and shoot back against Simp? What?
LAG, if you get me and Tanner as your managers, we will do it for half the price and actually build you a decent team.
Dude, I promise you, for $50,000 in 2021, I will give you a roster that will 250 the roster you have right now. 250, 60, 200 to 100, 3 smoking against the team you have right now. I promise you I can build you a better roster. Dude, come get us, LAG. For $50,000, bro, I'll take the minimum a coach can get. I promise.
To finish your question, though, Sparty's not on the pro level right now, and it's showing, and he just got to be benched. I think they need to go to Nato.
I agree. Nato, I thought Nato was going back in. He was tweeting just like he was preparing for something. And him and Decimator are really good friends. I thought Nato was going back in, but then they were like, riding the Pine Scrim team with Gunless, Enable, Trey, Nato, and somebody else.
Yeah, dude. They're so
I thought he was going back in, but
just train wrecks right now. The whole LA
is horrible.
Fan, your teams suck. Bottom of the tier. Like,
if you're an LA COD fan, you were in tears that the Thieves did not buy a spot. 100 Thieves could have bought an LA spot and saved all of you. Okay. Next question. Sorry, Spark, but you got the short end of the stick. Would you have said Pat if I just said worst player in the league? Including yourself.
Probably I would have said Pat.
That's why I didn't say that, because I literally knew you were going to say that.
Pat was running main AR, getting one.
So was Lamar. And he didn't get dropped.
Lamar's picked it up.
He has now, but at one point in time, he had a .72 with a 0.8 with a.
Dude, 8's had the worst KD2 events in a row with the main.
No, he wasn't running main AR. He was not running main AR. He had an AR on some maps, but Aqua was their main AR. And Aqua had a very good KD. Yeah, Pat was getting dumpster, but he wasn't running main. All right, second question. There's hundreds. This is a good one. This is going to take some thought. You're going to have the whole 45 seconds. There are hundreds of great amateur players in the Call of Duty Challengers League. If you could pick up one M to put into the league right now, who would it be, and who are you putting them in for? So you got to say what M you're picking up and who you're putting them in for on a team. Go. I thought it was a pretty good question.
I don't know the AM scene like that though, bro.
You don't know one amateur that you'd put in?
I mean, I know some, but it would have to be. I don't know the names, and I don't know their roles, all that. But it would have to be one of the SNG guys, bro. It would have to be.
I know.
Torching the AMC.
Detain. I think Detain is regarded as the best player. I think he runs their flex. I know the roster. I don't know the rules. There's Maple, Detain, Luca Bids.
They got a new winning place of Kleenex. I don't know. That was names.
That was Maple, I'm pretty sure. I think. They're pretty good. But I think personally, I would say like, okay, well, who would you put him in for? Just one of the teams struggling?
Dude, if you could get somebody that can slay, young and hungry, never been in the league before, off SNG, Synergy Gaming, whatever, and you plug them in, Singularity, yeah. If you plug them in Seattle, maybe they could get something going.
That's what I was thinking. But I was thinking like, okay, I'm really big on Ruiz, who has been really good this year in the AM bracket. He's been like phenomenal, and I was probably going to say Seattle too. Like Ruiz for Pander, and I think that would improve them massively. You know, one thing I've noticed. Go ahead, and I'll tell you after.
Dude, I was going to say, just the synergy guys are destroying.
Yeah, Singularity's actually amazing. They are running the AM bracket. I think they're just going to get picked up as a team next year. I think expansion teams just going to buy their whole
or kick all 5.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
They all live together. Like they're all close friends.
To get fans, you have to pick up people with a following, or pick up people who are going to win. And I mean, I wouldn't say they have a following, but people know who they are, and I think they would come close to winning. I think if it's an expansion team, it's a safe bet to at least put your team on the map. Like if a Vegas team pops up next year, just buy that 5 out. I think it's a safe bet.
I mean, and they're all good friends. Like there's no bad, but that's what I think makes them so good. Is some of them live together.
Their teamwork is amazing.
They're vibey. And they're all amazing. Like they're just great.
What makes them good AM teams is they don't make a roster change after a series loss. That makes them good. That helps AM teams. They stay together.
They're all friends. They're just amazing, bro. I can go down the list. They're an amazing team.
What I was gonna say is there are so many superstar, young, hungry, AM, SMG players. But how many AM player flexes and ARs are there actually? I can't think of like just a good player that stands out in your mind as like an amazing slayer or teamwork, whatever. A great player that can be picked up as an AR player. There's hardly any. Everyone you think of is SMG player.
Well, I mean, they could get Leafy Season off Passion Pit. That's an option.
He barely runs AR. But I'm being serious, though. There's actually no AR players. A plane just flew over my house.
Haggy just chalked his pro career maybe up.
Can you hear that?
No,
Your plane flew over my house. What'd you say?
Haggy chalked his career all the way up. Not career, but
I don't think so.
Now, dude, he chalked his.
He wasn't getting in the league this year, anyways. Like he would blemish it out of him. There's literally no AR players. Like
to answer your question, be one of the team Singularity does.
Okay. Last question. This is gonna get you. This is an in-depth question. You can take as long as you need.
Dude, if it's more in depth than the last one,
it is. I try to make them like get more in depth as they go down. So the third one's always the spiciest one. Before the most recent event, there were 3 teams known as the Power 3, which was the Chicago Huntsmen, the Dallas Empire, and the Atlanta FaZe, who were considered to be the best 3 teams. But as of MW this season, who is the worst player on each team? The worst player on the Huntsmen, worst player on the Empire, and worst player on FaZe. So far, this season only.
Well, the Empire's an easier one. It's going to be Benelli.
Wow, I didn't think you were going to say that. I would have said Krim.
Nah, Krim's running a sub. Krim's has to be cracked out. He's not dropping the stats that you want. Krim doesn't have an AR.
True.
Shotzi's been amazing, dude. Shotzi's been dropping.
Now, at the beginning he wasn't amazing, but now he's literally not losing gunfights. Unfuckable now.
Yeah, Illy was supposed to be that and more. Like Illy was supposed to destroy. And
yep. He's a simp that didn't pan out.
Yeah, he didn't have the terrible beginning, I guess, that Shotzi had, but he hasn't
progressed the same way.
He hasn't gone up at all.
Yeah.
Maybe some, but he's still dropping 0.8, 0.9s. Like that's what Krim's for, bro.
Yeah.
Illy was supposed to be, another superstar.
Illy has been playing better. I think part of the problem we think Illy is quote unquote bad is we're comparing him to how fast Shotzi got better. Because Shotzi was really bad, and then Shotzi's now amazing, like one of the best subs probably, top 5 sub probably. And we're comparing Illy. His progression has come along. He definitely has gotten better. 2 podcasts ago, we said Illy's not even doing anything in Surge. Illy's been playing better in Surge. He's been getting better. It's just slower and not as apparent as Shotzi's. and he's not doing as good a Shotzi, and I think we're kind of comparing him to that.
Yeah, but I mean, there was so much, I would say, hype around LA.
Yeah.
More than Shotzi, and Shotzi's proved himself. I mean, you really can't expect him to go out there and drop up 1.2 within 5.
Yeah, but I feel like from here on out, we're always going to compare young players to what Dashy, Simp, Envoy, Cell, what they did in their first season. And
Yeah,
you can't compare everybody to that. At least Illy has won twice, so he's doing something right. You can't say he's not doing something right.
Well, I mean, the question was worst player.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree.
So
I
they
can
all
see.
won plot.
Yeah, it's not like none of the players out of the 15 players are bad. That's just
At all. I would just say Illy.
Yeah. Okay. So Huntsman or FaZe, whichever one you want to do next.
Well, it depends.
I created this question just to see who you thought what the worst player on FaZe was.
But so what's the
Well, also, I
what are we talking about?
I actually made this before Gunless got dropped. So I guess do it with Gunless. Because
With Gunless?
you're just going to say general if I say new.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. It's been Seth, bro. It has been Seth.
Actually, I probably would have said formal, but considering he's running main AR and not doing anything,
maybe the stats don't line up at the beginning, but Seth, he just doesn't. I don't know. Search, he's been getting destroyed. Hardpoint, he's just been getting destroyed lately.
He's been really inconsistent, even the past few years.
You can't drop Scumper, man. You just can't. And he's sitting there in scrims. If you watch his scrims, it's like he's on a playground with kids.
He's
like
entertaining.
He get better. Like I explain it to you, bro. He just messes
He'd rather entertain.
Yeah, he'd rather entertain
than
Scump. If Scump can get serious, do what he was doing. He was dropping bombs. He really was.
Yeah, I don't know what happens to Scump. He wants to prove something every year. Flies the first event, and then he's starts entertaining with the stream, starts making YouTube videos again. It's a cycle every single year.
It's exactly what Joe DeLuca said, bro. Shout out Hard Points. He literally said they won that first event, proved to everyone, and then said chalked it up after that.
Yep. That's what he does every year. Optic won the first event last year. Optic, what was World War II? Hell no, they didn't win an event. World War II, they were awful. IW did the same thing. They won at the beginning, won in the middle. That was it. Well, I guess they technically won champs, but they were falling apart. They were awful.
I mean, Scump does do that. He did play well at champs.
He always does that. He wins the first event. It's like, oh, champs around. Let me get serious again. Why would he be serious all the time? I get he wants to make. I wouldn't stop making YouTube videos either if I was Scump. But that also doesn't mean you have to act like you're 12 in scrims. Like you can still entertain and try to get better.
And he's a good player, bro. This game fits him. I just think he just needs to step it up.
I'm also not going to let Formal slide because Formal has been running the main AR. If you look at the other main ARs in the league, Dens, Wuskin, Octane, name them. Their KDs are insane. Their slaying is insane. Even a lot of their hill times are pretty high. Formal's not doing any of that. He's getting like maybe 30 seconds a game. He's dropping .8s. And then blaming it on the Deddies being in Texas because he's in California. Come on, dog. Like
this list and what I'm going off of too is also like it's recently as well. I'm not going off like I don't think you can if you're on a top team, all of you are gonna have a bad game. Everyone's gonna have a bad game, right? So I'm not just saying like the worst on a team. I'm just saying as of recent.
Okay. Well, the time has come. We must move to FaZe.
No, this is as of recent, like I said, bro.
I know who I would say. It's not even like it's a no-brainer to me, but I don't think you're going to say that.
I got him looked up.
Okay.
A BZ, or not a BZ. I was listing off the players: Simp, Celium, and to be honest, even Mike. Mike is rotating.
Major Maniac.
Yeah, Major Maniac's rotating, doing the dirty work for the team. You saw what he said on Twitter, and dropping the stats. I think those three are safe. Now, you'd have to look at a BZ and Priest. And as of recent, dude, I would have to go Priest there, bro. Priest has been getting destroyed in respawn. Destroyed. Like, his search kind of pans it out, evens it out, but
his search is what saved him for me.
Yeah, but I mean, then again, we go to Dallas and he's 8-24 in the dom. Like,
BZ was going like 2-8 every SMD. BZ got first blooded every round of SMD twice in the last event. Every round of SMD 2 games. He was playing terrible.
He had some maps where he showed up in the respawn. P-Dog's been getting...
Him and Priest were doing the same thing. Priest was getting destroyed in respawn and kind of evening himself out in SMD. BZ was kind of evening himself out in respawn and getting destroyed in SMD. So you could argue either side. I would go BZ, but I can definitely see Priest.
It's definitely one of those two, bro.
Yeah. I think the other three are doing everything they could possibly do on the map.
But I mean, there was some times where I looked at the scoreboard, and it wasn't just that Dallas series. There was another series. Priest was just getting donked on, dude. Like, triple neg donked on. Like, demolished.
I'm trying to remember the Hackney Yard against... It was either Seattle or Dallas. I think it was Dallas. It was the Hackney Yard Dom against Dallas. He literally was triple neg for 3/4 of the game, and I think he finished like double neg maybe. He might have brought it back some. But he was triple neg pretty much the whole map. It was bad. He had like 4 kills in the first half, or 3 kills in the first half. It was not good.
FaZe doesn't really have bad players. Like,
no, none of these teams have bad players. That was the point.
FaZe, or not FaZe. Why not? I'll be out there in a minute. But BZ and Priesta, we know how good they are. And if they can literally just pick it up, even it out, learn how to play the game as a team, I mean, they'd be amazing. They could be the super show that they were last year. For sure.
I think BZ needs to get back to that form pretty soon. Not that obviously they're not bad, but I think if they want to start winning again, BZ needs to pick it up a little bit. But we are going to move into the last part of the show and do our match predictions for CDL Florida. I have mine already done. I'm going to let Colby go first. I don't know if he has his done. I'm going to walk him through the bracket, and we're going to give you guys some spicy little takes. All right, so we're going to... Are you having a bracket?
No, I said
okay. So we're going to start with Group A. It's Toronto Ultra versus New York, and Florida versus Rocker.
That's it?
That's Group A.
Florida Rocker, Ultra,
New York. Yeah.
I'm supposed to tell you who I think is going to make it out?
Who do you think is going to win those matches?
You listed 4 teams. You didn't say who was playing who.
Florida Rocker. Florida is playing Rocker.
Oh, no.
And Ultra is playing the Subliners. Okay. And Ultra is playing the Subliners.
I think that could be close. The first one, 3-1, 3-2. And then
I think it's going to be a good game, yeah.
I got to go New York, bro.
New Year's did beat Rocker last event, though. Or last time they played. 2 events ago. Because that was when they won the event. Beat them in finals.
Yeah, they both had off time. I just got to go with Rocker, bro.
It's hard not to believe in the Rocker, like how good the teamwork is.
Yeah. They're pretty good, bro. I think they're a top 3 team.
So you don't have any faith in Ultra versus New York?
I mean, there's some there, but if New York plays to what they did at Chicago Homestead, no. Not at all.
I think they're going to be... They're going to make Champs top 6. They're going to be top... They're going to be 5th or 6th by Champs time. I think that team's going to get a lot better. New York. I think they're going to be... No, they're like 11th right now or 10th. I do think Ultra's going to get better. I have faith in that team, but they're not going to be top 6. Okay, so
keep it up.
Then we had the same predictions as me for that. So you went That means Mutineers and Ultra in the first elimination match. Knockout round 1.
Mutineers. There's no way. There could be a way, but dude, it is so weird that Florida has won an event and we don't even know if they can make it out of polls.
I just don't think we've seen enough from Florida. Like I said a couple episodes ago, it's like you can't tell if the team's going up or down based off one showing. We gotta have consistency. We gotta have some consistency. And I think they need to not win again, maybe, but make it to the grand final. Show us they're still up there. If you want to be the 5th best team in the world, you got to do more than just one good weekend.
I would go Florida for sure.
I think I would too. So your second. Never mind. First, winners round 1, New York Rocker.
Yeah, good, bro.
This weekend's gonna be pretty good, to be honest. At the beginning of the season, we thought this was going to be a free weekend for FaZe, but now it's looking like a pretty good weekend, to be honest. All these teams have gotten better except Optic.
It's like you said, off sample size, so in theory I would have to go Rocker, though. But I wouldn't be surprised if New York won it all.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I think New York's going to get out, but not to that game. Okay, so the second knockout match is going to be Mutineers Subliners.
I would actually have the Subliners, bro. I think that the subs are going to tear Mox to pieces.
That's we had the exact same picks. I picked the exact same teams in that order. Same exact thing. So I'll run back through it because I'm not going to go do it again. I picked the exact same thing. So New York Ultra in the first round, we both picked New York to win, and Mutineers Rocker, we both picked Rocker to win. And then Rocker to beat New York second round and make it out 2-0. And then in the first elimination bracket, we have Mutineers and Ultra, and Mutineers winning that game. I think that game will be closer than people are thinking, because I have more faith in Ultra than most people seem to. But then I have New York upsetting Florida in the second elimination and getting out. Because technically right now it's an upset. You have the 8th-ish team versus the 5th team.
It would, but I mean, and that's if they can play what they did at Chicago. But
I think they're only going to get better. Like I don't think we're going to start getting worse.
I mean, I've seen the gas that they've been getting. I think they can.
I think that Dom is going to be very important, because Florida was very good at Dom. If Florida doesn't keep up how good they were at Dom, they could have a poor event.
I just realized that I already know who I'm going to pick to get out of A.
Okay.
That could be a trap. That could be a
Okay,
trap.
we'll move on to A then. FaZe plays Paris first game.
FaZe. 3-0, 3-1.
3-0? Ooh, I don't know about 3-0. Paris isn't bad. 3-0s are like... In this game, the way this game is built, like, just staying teams doesn't come often. Even like when FaZe 3-0'd London last event, it was all close maps. You don't just roll through teams in this game.
Yeah, well,
but
FaZe
is going to win. I'll pick London. It's the other group match. You don't know?
I have to go. I want to go, like, by theory, I would have to go London, but I want to go Optic, bro. Like, I actually want to believe in Optic, but every time I do that, I'll go.
I think I gave up on believing in them, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm done.
I picked London.
Yeah, London, bro.
I don't know. Optic has lost my faith. Not completely though, I guess. Optic versus Paris in the first elimination game.
Give me Optic, bro.
That's my pick too. We have the exact same pick so far.
Unbelievable.
FaZe versus London in the winners round 1.
FaZe.
FaZe 3-1. We 3-0'd them last time, but I mean, it was really close, yeah. Simp dropped 50 and we won by 13 points, so take it or leave it. I think London's only getting better. Scraps is amazing, dude. He's so good. He's frying last event, like actually frying. I think he dropped 40 on phase more than one map.
I gotta go phase still, bro.
Okay, so elimination round 2. It's gonna be a rematch. London Optic. I went the same thing as the first. I don't have enough faith in Optic.
Yeah. No way.
I had them winning one game. Well, okay, let's recap it then because we had the same picks again. So far, we had the exact same predictions. It's the first time in like ever in history of Call of Duty that me and you have done
I
that.
like to take gamble picks.
Well, I do too, but we only took like one gamble per side. We had New York beating Florida and Optic beating Paris.
Yeah.
But okay, so we have FaZe beating Paris, London beating Optic, then in the elimination, Optic beating Paris, London beating Optic to get out from the bottom, and FaZe to get out 2-0 against London, the winners. So our championship bracket for Sunday is going to turn out FaZe New York rematch and Rocker London. What do you think about FaZe New York?
Dude, FaZe cannot get stained in a hard point. They cannot lose 2 hard points because, I mean,
they can't do that again, ever again. They should not be losing 2 hard points. They're so good. If I was Crowder, I would be crawling them for that, dude.
I think they're gonna come out with a fire.
New York is too, bro.
I got FaZe.
I mean,
I was joking.
I'm not even gonna lie. I actually thought about it just to like have a crazy pick in there. Dude, New York is good. Like they are good. I actually thought about it, but I went FaZe.
As long as FaZe doesn't get a Ramaza or Edro, and
they need to stop playing Piccadilly Search against New York or against Rocker. They've lost it. They played it 3 times. They've been 6-2 3 times this season against New York and Rocker twice.
Piccadilly Search in a long,
maybe not in a long time, but they've been. We've been getting destroyed on it. Well, not last event, but prior they needed to stop playing that. There was another hard point they were kind of bad at.
Who, FaZe?
Yeah.
The one we got 100-point clubbed on?
No, that was our best hard point. Up until that match, that was our best hard point. I swear to God. Our win differential, Lando said the stat. The win differential on Petro hard point for FaZe was like, teams weren't ranking 170. Every map they were not passing 170. It was like beating teams 250 to 168, 250 to 145, like repeatedly, over and over, destroying teams on that map. And then we got 84 points. I have no, that was literally our best map mode. So that's what scares me about New York.
I'm still going FaZe.
That's what makes me believe in New York, is that they did that. Not even their Huntsman win. What they did to FaZe, because I knew Huntsman was on the downward spiral, even though they technically lost the second time. But what they did to FaZe scares me. And Rocker London is going to be the second matchup.
I gotta go Rocker, bro.
Yeah, I agree. London is looking good. They're getting better. But I just don't think... I think the Rocker's too good at this point.
Yeah, I don't think they're there yet.
They're not at Rocker's level. I have Rocker third in power rankings. I have them third, so I just think London's like 7 for me, 7 or 8. So that is going to lead up to a rematch of FaZe Rocker in the final. We're 1-1 as of now.
Dude, no bias. I'm going FaZe. I think FaZe are going to take it.
Okay. Do you have any reason why?
I don't see a world where they're going to lose 2 hard points.
I would have said that 2 events ago, too.
I think they're going to steal a search. Steal the second search. The Dom, they could get destroyed on. I could see a world where they get started on the Dom.
Okay, well, I did some research, and I have here. We played Minnesota twice. Out of the 4 hard points we've played, FaZe has only won one of them. Minnesota has won 3 of them. Out of the 4 searches played, FaZe has won 2 of them, and Rocker has won 2 of them. Out of the 2 DOMs we played, FaZe has won both of them. So that being said, FaZe is undefeated on DOM against Minnesota. And I think them being as bad in hardpoints as they were last event is going to keep them from losing 2 hardpoints ever again. I think they just focused on hardpoint, like just recently, and probably planning the bomb and search and not taking so damn long. I'm assuming they worked on that. I think their hardpoint is going to be better, and that is what has plagued them against Minnesota. Minnesota's been one of the only teams to be able to keep up with FaZe's pace and the way they work the map as a team, as a unit. They're the only team that's been able to keep up with that, and I think FaZe is going to be exceptional at hardpoint in this event, so I picked FaZe. Minnesota's S&D is good, the DOM is good, but I think the hardpoint is really where they were finding holes in the armor. They were taking 2 hardpoints against a good hardpoint team, and then they had nowhere else to go. FaZe had nowhere to go, so that's what's helped them beat FaZe in the past, and I think FaZe is going to get a hardpoint. So I picked FaZe to win. Me and you had the exact same picks.
That's the first time.
The exact same bracket. Yeah, I mean, even before this podcast, me and Colby have been doing brackets since World War II, and I don't think, literally never have we ever done the exact same bracket, like ever. Picked every single game the same. So we have FaZe winning another event. Any thoughts on that? I think they're going to be like, oh, FaZe is the best team in the game now? They won 2 events, same as Dallas? Or do you think they're just going to be like, oh, they can't overtake Dallas because they lost to them 2 events ago?
First off, they wouldn't have it on land, but okay, let me. Okay, I think I want to believe that FaZe is going to come out with the passion, come out with the fire, and smoke almost everyone. I want to believe that that's what they're going to do. If Simp is dropping 50 on Cave, he can continue what he's doing. The other BZ are likely to step it up. Hopefully they've been putting the hours in. I think they can come out and show that they are the best team. But then again, like, I see a world. Dude, I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot than we think. But hopefully, I think if FaZe comes out with that passion that I said to prove that they are the best, then it will be.
FaZe needs to be more efficient on their kills and the way they work the map. If Sim's dropping 50, there's no way she'll only win by 13 points. It's just not the case. It can't be happening. You have to be winning by more than that. So that's all I got to say on that. I think FaZe is going to win. I think it's going to be a great event. And I think that's all from me. Got anything else before we close?
I'm excited, bro. Excited to watch.
I am too. Always excited for Call of Duty. But that's all from us this week, folks. Thank you for tuning in and made it this far. We appreciate you. Support the podcast so we can continue to do this. Give us comments, likes, subscribe, any ideas you have. Any questions in the comments, leave them or tweet us. And we appreciate all of you. And that's all from us. Round 11 out.